What's up guys, Max here, and I just got off a very long play session of Halo 4 and wanted to make a multiplayer impressions and somewhat of a review video. So let's get right into it and talk about what's changed the most with Halo 4. One of the biggest changes is that there's a lot more mobility in this game now. Compared to most Halos before, I played a little bit of Reach, played a lot of Halo 3, and guess what game stopped me from continuing to play Halo 3 back in the day? And I really liked it, and it was nonetheless, it was Call of Duty 4. That was right when Call of Duty gained like the extreme multiplayer supremacy that it has held a firm grip on for many years. And it took me away from Halo 3, and I was really enjoying Halo 3. So I'm kind of looking forward to Halo to come back and take the spotlight, and this game just might be it. The new mobility options that they're giving players kind of remind me a lot of them trying to take styles from other games like Call of Duty and input them in Halo, but still keep it original. You can now run consistently in the Halo 4. I really like that, and it's the fact that it makes the game feel much more fast-paced than how it did before. New things that they've been doing are adding progression level systems to unlock perks, weapons, and things along that nature. You actually get proper loadouts in this game. You can customize your main weapon, your 6 secondary grenades, like all this crazy stuff. Even to the point of which, like, armor mods and different other abilities, like the ability for you to replenish grenades and all this stuff. However, you don't unlock this stuff until you properly level up your character in multiplayer and go from that point forward. That's the crazy part, is that that's the biggest change, is that you actually have proper loadouts. You can actually give your character perks and things like that, and it's a nice level of customization that kind of is borrowed from Call of Duty, but at the same time is fairly unique to Halo, as it doesn't offer a crazy amount of customization. Everyone's still on a pretty level playing field. I feel like some of the armor abilities, the ones that you remember from Halo Reach, are kind of unique in this one. Some of them you have to make some pretty significant decisions, while some of them seem to be pretty bad, like the jetpack. Not like the booster pack that lets you float all over the place, but there's like an instant dash move that seems super bad. Don't even bother with that one. For you guys that are curious, I would suggest waiting until you get like camouflage. Wait until you get the health shield that you can also like boost your health with. Or the, there's another one. Promethean Vision is also really good. That's a quick tip for you guys that I've played quite a bit. I've almost bought all of the armor abilities, and those 3 seem to stand out as far as being really good. But moving into some other bits and highlights, the weapons feel extremely fun to use. Each one of them, as far as the human weapons, definitely fit their class well, from the 3-burst rifle to the single-burst DMR to the regular assault rifle that everyone's used to in Halo. But the single-burst DMR, as long as you guys have fairly good accuracy and can pinpoint those headshots, my god, man, that gun puts people down very fast from almost all ranges if you're good. But if you're going up against somebody else who's got, you know, a quicker, more automatic weapon, you're gonna die really close. But I like the DMR personally. That thing seems very good, and as long as you're accurate with it, you can get some very quick kills from even long range. I like it that you can practically snipe guys if you have good accuracy. But all the weapons feel great. What I love is the Promethean weapons. It takes a while to unlock Promethean stuff. It took me to like level 22 to finally get those weapons unlocked, and I feel so good. If you guys have the chance to call in a Promethean rifle, do it. Like, blasting a guy away from full screen and seeing his body turn into like ash is the coolest thing in the world. Absolutely love it. Promethean weapons are a blast in multiplayer. And that's the other big thing they changed with Halo, is that there's technically kill streaks in the game now. They're called ordinances. And you can call in an ordinance. This thing drops out of the sky or appears out of nowhere, and it essentially gives you like replenished grenades, a weapon of some kind, or a modification to your character. These include like speed boosts, double boosted armor, or a pretty significant damage boost. That's like the best one in my opinion, is the damage buff. It makes you can put people down with 3 shots in a DMR in this situation like that from full shield. It's really crazy, and I've found myself getting things like rocket launchers and other awesome weapons from that as well. So the ordnance is very, very welcome, and it's actually an awesome addition to keep you motivated to stay alive longer, to get this stuff quicker. Great call there. It's not exactly a kill streak by any means. It doesn't net you kills, but it definitely gives you an incentive to keep yourself alive a bit longer. Talking about the playlists and such, they brought back like Big Team Battle. It's absolutely crazy in this one. It's a lot of fun too. It's only Slayer. What I do like is what they did to Free for All in Halo 4. In free-for-all now, it's a regular free-for-all game type. I forget what it's called, what they call it, but it's the FFA mode. And in first place, the first place person, if you're in free-for-all, gets a big target above their head, so you constantly know where the first place guy is. The thing is that there appears a bounty over their head as well. So, for example, if you're the first place guy, there's a little number over your head. You usually get about 10 points per kill, but if you kill a lot of guys and you're in first place and you're on like a streak, your bounty goes up. So not only does everyone know where you're at, you also are worth more points if you get killed. So it leaves this huge incentive for everyone to go after the guy in first place, and that's what I like about this free-for-all mode, is that in a lot of free-for-alls there tends to be a lot of waiting and hanging out, and the battle can take place at like any point at anywhere, and there's not a lot of areas for you to realize where you need to go. In free-for-all now, the battle is always taking place next to the guy who's got the bounty on his head, next to the guy who's in first place, because he's the one with the most points. Everyone wants to kill him. It's a great incentive to keep free-for-all more flowing and much more faster paced than what it was from what I remember. I remember free-for-all getting really annoying in previous Halo games because a lot of it ended up being dudes just camping in corners, not showing up on the radar, and that being that. It was kind of frustrating, and this is one of my favorite game modes. I'm not a big fan of free-for-all game types. It's one of the best ones in Halo 4. Aside from that, Domination's a lot of fun too. Having a blast with what's it called? With King of the Hill. King of the Hill is a natural Halo game type that has really been significant in the Halo series as far as multiplayer goes. And dude, it's good in this one. What bugs me is that you cannot use any of your class or your armor abilities when you're actually in the hill. That really bugs me. Like, especially if you have like a turret. You set the turret out outside of the hill. As soon as you enter the hill, turret explodes. You can't use it anymore. I can see how it's a balance thing. You don't want to have people putting up like health shields and stuff like that once they're inside the King of the Hill. It'd be pretty hard to kill anybody, so I can understand where they're going with it, but it seems like a bit of a hindrance, especially when it comes to your armor ability. But yeah, man, here's my final review on Halo 4, and this is why I'm really enjoying the game. I'm a guy who's been playing shooters for quite a while, and the variety of shooters I've played have depended on how good the shooter is. Before Halo 3 came out, I was a Lost Planet player, and I absolutely loved Lost Planet. It's a very similar game to Halo, very fast-paced, but it gives you a lot more mobility, and there's some really weird kinks and tricks to it that are very Japanese in design. Things with, like, you know, invincibility frames. And then Halo came along, and Halo was just so much fun, and everybody was playing it. You can't help but enjoy it. And then Call of Duty came along, and that grabbed my attention ever since, because there wasn't really a Halo game to take back the reins of multiplayer glory. I think this game kind of does that. It brings multiplayer back to Halo because it really feels like Halo 2 and Call of Duty 4 like had a baby. It takes a lot of stuff from the Call of Duty series early on, not the crazy stuff that happens later on in the series, that I think was really good for shooters, and it actually puts them in the Halo universe, and I think that's perfect. It makes the game so much more fun, accessible, and a lot more meaning behind, you know, than just shooting guys. A lot more reasons to stay alive, and a lot more of a customization that people like with first-person shooters nowadays. 343 did a really good job on the multiplayer with this game, in my opinion, in about like the 50 games I've played so far. And I can see myself playing again. Here's why I like Halo 4 so much. Besides the fact I've already mentioned, when I'm going to be playing Black Ops 2, I'm absolutely going to be loving Black Ops 2. And Halo 4 is going to fit that little gap that I've been looking for when I'm done playing Call of Duty. Like, when Call of Duty gets on my nerves or things like that, I don't settle to like another shooter. I really wish I had another shooter to go to, and I think of playing Lost Planet. It's the perfect first-person shooter that's not Call of Duty. That will feel so good to play when Call of Duty's riding your, when it's rustling your jimmies, when it's pissing you off, and you don't want to deal with all these chopper gunners, all these dogs running around, all this crazy crap. Just play some big team battle on Halo. It feels absolutely amazing. So hopefully you guys have a similar impression when you get your hands on the game. Everyone's probably playing Halo 4 right now, but let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. I'm definitely having a ton of fun with the game, but I'll be posting a lot more Halo gameplay as I get any good games, and I'll make some commentary for it as well. But until then, my name is Maximilian. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up or a comment below, and I'll see you next time.